Well, howdy kids. Today we're going to be doing M.D.O by LoveBites. And we all know what M.D.O stands for. Say it with me now. Multidisciplinary organization. That's right. So, without any further ado, let's get into Medical Doctor's Office by LoveBites. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jake. This channel is called Jake of All Trades, and I'm in a bit of a different setting in case you haven't noticed for longtime viewers of this channel. Finally moved into a new apartment, which is a little less blank than some previous settings I've been in. But you know, maybe you could use a few posters up on the wall, but you know, one step at a time. We're getting there. Anyway, you guys aren't here to check to learn about my personal life and you know, moving to a new place and all that. You guys are here to check out, for some reason, my reaction to LoveBites M.D.O, which I'm going to be doing the live version and the studio version.
Strike that. Reverse it.
We are going to be checking out both versions, doing ye-olds compare and contrast, which is per custom on this channel if you guys haven't been here before. Anyway, before we get into that, I'm going to be giving a shout out to each of the people who have recommended this song. We have Emily in Oregon with 2 votes. Pegasish. I'm so sorry if I'm messing up your name. I probably am. Leave a little pronunciation in the comments if you're watching this. Jorge Franco with 2 votes. Rainers You Fall 42 with 2 votes, and then Ricardo Jr. with 1 vote. So thank you guys for suggesting the song. I'm looking forward to a little bit of thrash. And without any further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, all set and ready? M.D.O, whatever that stands for. Here we go. Oh, no hesitation. I like that solo.
After the permanent disaster, a tragic new loss got the soldier, turning me into a crazy monster. Inviting what is it of being pastures? Never have seen a certain doctor. And I've been my condition out of wonder. Buildings in the eye of the beholder. But maybe it's because of my shoulder. Burning me to sin. Is this salvation?
That interval. Oh, ready there? Little pinch harmonics. What does that mean? I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. I'll figure it out later. Got some nice harmonies on the vocals. I love how the pinch harmonics are different on each side. So good. There's the harmony. It's almost like they're going at two different paces. Haruna and the guitars. Sounds like they got some key changes and stuff too. Those pinch harmonics, I love those. Fun. All right, time for the live version. M.D.O. Still whatever that means. Here we go. Okay, clearly coming off something else. Whatever you're saying, yeah! We got Tommy on this one too. God, their energy. They're having so much fun in this one. I appreciate that. Okay, Miyako and Fami. Okay, they're both contributing there. Look at the camaraderie. They got the crowd going in it and everything. I was wondering who did that solo. This song's so fun. Got the war drums going. The way she gets everyone engaged is awesome. Dang. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of a review of those tracks, both the live and the studio version.
Strike that. Reverse it.
Before I ended up doing the review on post-reaction analysis here. And so one of the things I appreciated about the studio version was how it just smacks you right in the face right from the get-go. Like there's no build-up, there's no nothing, it's just straight into it. And then another thing that I liked, it's just a little thing, but I love the pinch harmonics on the guitars, how they were isolated in each ear, and they were just like very high pitch harmonics too, not just kind of like the low string, bendies. It's kind of like up there a little bit, and it just pierced through the mix. It was just like this nice little ear candy. It was like, ooh, that was nice. And so those were some really cool things I enjoyed about the studio version overall. My favorite was the live. The live version just had so much extra energy to it. The live setting, the camaraderie that they had on stage, I don't know, there was just something extra that they brought to that live performance where it's like, it almost felt like the studio was just trying to make sure that it was right, but like the live was like, we want to make sure that all of us is poured into this. And so that was something that really stood out between the two different versions. Another thing I noticed was that I felt like Asami's vocals were just a little bit, they didn't stand out above the mix in the studio version. I felt like they were kind of like within the mix instead of like on top of the mix. And I don't know, maybe that's just my terrible ear training. Side tangent, I've been listening to a lot of stuff where it's like I'm learning how to record and they're like, okay, now here's it with the effect and here's it without the effect, and they're like, oh man, massive difference. I'm like, I can't hear it. So take my opinion with a grain of salt there. Anyway, but I felt like she was kind of like in the mix instead of like above the mix, or like kind of like sitting on top in the studio version. And maybe it was kind of similar for the studio version too, but like she just brought so much energy in the performance, and she was just so good at keeping the crowd engaged. And I love too that there's like those gang vocals on the M.D.O, where like she doesn't have to like sing at that point. She just riles up the crowd as Miyako and Fami, and I don't know if Haruna was doing part of the gang vocals there or not. Couldn't really see her. But during those times, it's like at least those two could handle the gang vocals, and then Asami could just like get the crowd engaged and just like keep the energy going. And like the way she would go across stage and just like, throw her arm around Midori or Fami or Miyako or any of them was just cool to see how they had such camaraderie on stage. It just felt like one big community together, and it was really cool. I think that stood out more than anything else, more than the song itself. It was bigger than the song itself, and the song was fun. I love the pacing change-ups. I love the key changes. That solo from Midori, like at the beginning of the main solo, was just like, oh. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, is this Midori? Like during the studio version, I'm like, is this Midori doing this or is this Miyako doing this? There was a little inkling that had me thinking it was Midori, and I was right. Didn't say it out loud though, but would have been embarrassing if I said it out loud. I can always recount it in my head. Anyway, so really enjoyable track. I think I was saying it reminded me of something. It seemed a little bit more Slayer than some of their other stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, like some of it kind of reminds me a little more of Dragon Force. Some of it reminds me a little more of Slayer. But and then when I make comparisons, I get roasted because they're like, no, They are their own thing. Stop comparing. And it's like, well, I guess part of this is a compare and contrast, but I'm really doing the compare and contrast between the two. And I'm just starting to ramble. So I'm going to cut myself off before I continue to embarrass myself on the internet. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for any LoveBite songs in the future, drop it in the comment below. Highest vote count gets to be the next video, unless they do a new release. I've been breaking my own rules, I guess, but increase the chances of it being your favorite LoveBite song by dropping it in a comment below. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so that you don't miss anything going forward. And if you have any suggestions for anything else you'd like to see on this channel, drop it in a comment. I'll give you a shout out when I do that video. And I also want to thank Jonas S. for continually supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. And rock on.